Hello YouTubers and welcome to the Inferno project. I'm sorry I haven't really posted anything in the last month. I think I did a short video a couple of weeks ago. I've been caught up in exams and stuff. That's all over. Now I'm going to return and I'm going to do my top 5 classic series companions. The companions, they're the essential point of Doctor Who. They're the viewer's insight into the story. We can relate to the companions, we have our favourite companions as we have our favourite doctors, as I do. So, without further ado, let's get straight to it. My fifth place companion is Ace, a companion of the 7th Doctor. The reason I like Ace is she was a modern twist in the 1980s. Most companions were very stereotypical, it was very sexist, sadly, especially mainly with the female ones. Sort of screaming at every environment. Ace was different from that, and that's why I really liked her. Sophie Aldred is an amazing actor, and what's really pleasant is she loved her time on the show. She loved what she did, and she channels that into her performance. That's what I think is really good. Ace is a really good companion, and I mean, how many other actors get the chance to beat up a Dalek with a baseball bat? How many actors could put their hands up and say, yep, I've done that? So that's got to be a highlight in anyone's career if they got the chance to do that. So Ace, a modern twist, and a very, very good companion. And what's really good about her is you see character development, especially in her last series in 1989, which I will admit I haven't actually watched, apart from Curse of Fenric, which I've seen on Netflix, but that was in the States. So I would really like to see a few more of those, especially something like Survival, maybe. Not only is it the last ever story featuring the Master, the last of the classic run, it's the conclusion of the Ace trilogy, which is effectively Ghostlight, Curse of Fenric, and Survival. So that'll be really cool. So moving on to my 4th place companion, and who did I place? Yeah, Liz Shaw, the first companion of the 3rd Doctor. Again, not really a stereotype. I think she does scream a little bit, but not that much. Again, I haven't seen all of her stories. I do need to get the Ambassadors of Death, but I have seen Spearhead from Space, Doctor Who and the Silurians, and Inferno. And the reason Liz Shaw is, again, a great companion, she channels the essence of a sidekick more than perhaps someone who's trying to learn a bit more. She knows what she's doing in the realm of science. She's very intelligent. She has a lot of experience already, being from Cambridge. And she was just a great actor. Caroline John is amazing, who plays Liz Shaw, in case you didn't know this. A great companion, and again with twists to her. What I really liked in my favourite story, Inferno, is you get to see Caroline John play a different version of Liz Shaw, and that I think is absolutely fantastic. It add a lot more depth into the character. Excuse me, I can't speak at the moment. And overall, it's really, really good. So Liz Shaw, another favourite, comes to my 4th favourite companion. My 3rd favourite companion would have to be Turlough, who was a companion of the 5th Doctor. And again, as you may have guessed already, I like companions who have a twist to them, who are perhaps not the most conventional, or perhaps sort of obvious or chilled out. Turlough is a really fascinating companion and undergoes a huge amount of character development when he joins the series in Mordred Undead and when he leaves in Planet of Fire. Another story I'd quite like to get is Frontios, where he faces off against the Tractators, which I know he has some sort of background with them. I'd really like to see how that actually pans out. He's a really great companion. Works really well with Peter Davison, Sarah Sutton, even though that's not very long, and Janet Fielding, which he does for another year or so. And his initial introduction to Doctor Who, I think, is the most unusual I think I've ever seen in the classic era. I'm trying not to spoil it, but if you want to find out how, get the not E-Space trilogy, Black Guardian trilogy. Really, really good box set, especially if you're a fan of the 5th Doctor. So that's good. Then moving on to my 2nd place companion, which was quite difficult. I chose Leela. Again, a very unusual companion. She's a warrior. She's also very primitive, but at the same time she's very intelligent, if that makes sense. Again, Leela is a great companion. She's a companion of the 4th Doctor, and Leela was introduced into the era of the dark, gothic, horror genre of Doctor Who, which is often regarded as one of the best, and for good reason. It is very good. Leela, I think, Leela doesn't really undergo character development. She learns a lot with the Doctor. I think that's what's most important, even though she doesn't really understand what's going on. If you asked her to explain it, she probably wouldn't be able to tell you precisely. She get the general gist of it in a fairly primitive way, and again, very well performed. Louise Jameson is an amazing actress, really, really good. So, another really great companion. And my first place companion, I was initially not going to go for this one, but I just thought I like her so much. It's Jo Grant, a companion of the Third Doctor. Now this one's a bit unusual, as for all my previous companions in my top 5 list, they all have a twist to them. They're not all the conventional companions, when you could say Jo Grant is one of those. But the reason Jo Grant makes the list, not just because of the amazing acting ability of Katie Manning, not least because she was short-sighted and could have been on set with her glasses. She chose not to, and to that I salute her. The reason she makes the list is her character undergoes, I think, the most development. She joins the show in Terror of the Auton. She's this sort of ditzy, doesn't have a clue what's going on. She gets there not because of her ability, but because of her relative in high places, which initially sort of makes her almost dislikable in the beginning, but because she's so clumsy, she has such a pleasant face, you just can't help but warm up to her. And throughout her time with the Doctor, she undergoes so much character development that I could watch any of her stories and I've never found anything wrong with her acting. Katie Manning is brilliant, an amazing, amazing companion, and it's no wonder that she and John Pertwee became such good friends. And rest in peace, John Pertwee. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and thank you for putting up with me for not posting anything in the last couple of weeks. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I do all sorts of Doctor Who based stuff, and I'm thinking maybe branching out into some other science fiction or fantasy genres, because I quite like to talk about a lot of those. So leave a comment on what else you'd like to do, give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching, goodbye.